It's my proud privilege to introduce Dr. VP Sharma, who is the speaker of the current session, who is Director of Information Technology Documentation and Publications at Mainez, Hyderabad. He is responsible for planning, implementation, and monitoring IT resources and services for the institute, including hardware, software, and more importantly, the human resources. He implemented interactive computer video project during 92 to 95. And he developed around 95 hours of equivalent self-paced study material on watershed management for rain-fed areas. He established state-of-art computer labs at Mainez with 24-hour internet connectivity and multimedia support. He is a resource person, well-known resource person in the area of ICT for development, and he is a resource person to various national and international organizations, including FAO, APO, Administrative Staff College of India, Hyderabad, NIRD, NAM, DRR, NPPTTI, and other NGOs who are working in the field of ICT for development. I will take this opportunity to welcome Dr. VP Sharma to take over the session. Thank you.
Thanks, Manzi, for brief introduction. And I think one thing I learned was that I need to update my website because we have been doing so much of updation, but I think we forget about updating about ourselves. Can I have a very quick, very brief, just name and which state you are coming from, department, because that will help me to focus a little. Yeah. Angrav, thank you. I hope that Angrav, Professor Jaishankar, Telangana University is yet to formally get the thing. Only with board I can see because I enter daily. Yeah. APOB staff bifurcation nahi hua na? Hogi, staff bifurcation is done? Not yet, na? Ha, theek. Started. Yeah, please. Thank you. Next.
This is Angru.
Where are you posted over there?
In Vijayanagar.
Vijayanagar. Thank you. Sir.
I am Dr. Ravi Naidu, recently joined as Dean in Central University of Orissa.
Orissa. Thank you. Yeah. TNA. Yeah, come to campus.
Namaste, my name is Rushi and I'm from Self-Employed Women's Association, Seva, Gujarat.
Good morning, sir. I'm Dr. Mathur. I'm a senior scientist and working in lead technology, Angrav, Vijayanagar.
Good morning, I'm Vivek. I'm come from Digital Green, Delhi.
You. Thanks very much. Sir, yeah, please.
I am Srinivas, Senior Technical Officer here at ICT.
Thanks, Srinivas.
Good morning, sir. I'm Nilesh Mishra, working as Scientific Officer for Knowledge Sharing and Innovations Program at ICT.
With ICT. Thanks very much. Number one, I'm really, after a long time, pleased to have an audience, number one, young, and number two, the people who met it. Sometimes, particularly I am not criticizing Manage here, but the issue is that we more often talk to the people who don't touch the keyboard. If they don't touch the keyboard, then why do you talk to them about the ICT? Because if their mail is being checked by their PSs, Deputy Director of Agriculture, Joint Directors of Agriculture, and even some of the data center principal scientists who think it's a punishment posting. But here is a audience which we are in thick of it, and we are at the places which really matter in knowledge sharing. I was just thinking because, let me just tell you, maybe there is a little jet lag. I was in Africa for last 2 weeks. Then suddenly you get to know, once you are out of house, then you see how important is water, how important is breakfast you get in time, and how important that particular small achar or curry which you have become used to. We are, in fact, I know I have addressed within this hall knowledge deficit in agriculture. We are the powerhouse and storehouse of agricultural knowledge. Not now, 20 years back. All our KVKs, all our ICR institutions, all our agriculture units, we have so much of knowledge, but I think this time is the big healer in this particular scenario. We had the network deficit. We had this sharing deficit. In fact, some of the people, just because there is little deficit of petrol, in KVK Kota, I remember when T.N. Reddy used to be there, I think it should be 20 years back. Why do we go up to 10 kilometers? Only because ICR doesn't give that much, 80% goes in salary. There are people who are willing to share knowledge. There were people who had requirement of knowledge, that is demand side on the part of farmers were very much in place and supply side was very much in place within Mehboob. The limitation was physical, infrastructural, or maybe financial. We always rather pin it down to finance, but the fact is now having laptop, desktops or mobile phones, sharing is definitely not a limitation. Networking is not a limitation, and that is why this course becomes extremely important. Very small interventions, very small technologies, learn for 2 days, but you can change the lives. The publisher, the blogging, the Moodle, Joomla. And let me tell you, sometimes we don't take trouble. Who will learn a new thing? Anyway, I have 5 years more to retire. Why should I bother? In any case, I'll be transferred out of this department. From KVK, I'll get posted as a professor. Why should I bother? Let me tell you, let's take the opportunity to build ourselves, because the way the time is changing, you will not be connected to your own family if you are not connected. A. B. In fact, one of the very serious limitations which used to be discussed in these rooms up to 10 years back was extension is limited to crop extension. To some extent it was true also, because 90% of the extension staff in state departments of agriculture or in KVKs belong to agriculture. Now, thanks to, I'm not really for bifurcation of universities left and right, because there are issues. We have YSR Horticulture University here, we have Bagalkot University here, and we are discussing with Dr. Professor Narayan Gowda. Is it doing good or bad? I think that answer we will find out maybe after 10 years. But the fact is, the share of horticulture in extension, share of animal husbandry in extension or dairy in extension was really little. If you go to any village, Andhra, Karnataka, Maharashtra or Gujarat, which is major dairy economy, how many officers are serving animal husbandry? Extension I'm talking about now. They may talk about BIF, they may talk about JK Trust. I mean, let us be very realistic. I'm talking in a village. Who provides you AI? Gopal Mitra. So, and how many Gopal Mitras are there working with the government? How many Gopal Mitras are there through NGOs? So, in a way, agriculture extension becomes much more crop-centric, and maybe necessarily so. Because in 60s and 70s, the requirement was to grow more. And the process, because when you have to fill the belly very fast, you grow what grows fast, you extend what extends fast. Wheat and rice were easier to do extension about, because you provide irrigation, you provide fertilizer, you provide good seeds, wheat will take care of itself. So, why Punjab, Haryana, or why only Godavari, Kaveri Delta? So, it was the necessity and requirement of that time. Now maybe we have to reinvent ourselves, and that is where the tool becomes the answer. Agriculture is the key thing, extension is facilitator. To see that the knowledge dams are broken, knowledge which is very much there, documented, may not be in the very farmer friendly form. That's where we have little illusions, because our papers are written more to Cornell, not to Kernul. Addressing. Their language has to be really rewritten again so that it becomes more state friendly, more farmer friendly. But knowledge is very much required. In agriculture extension parlance, we used to prepare SREPs. I'm sure all of you come from now Atma is a well-known phenomenon in the districts, whatever good or poor. But this is a facilitating body which prepares a so-called strategic research and extension plan. And there are very right criticisms that it doesn't take care of marketing needs. Why only marketing? Very many other issues. It doesn't take care of the irrigation needs because it doesn't have any control with the irrigation department or even liaison. So what we do, what we feel easy to do, what my boss can authorize, what budget I have, what control people I have, so what their limitation limits me to plan. This particular tool, the moment you ICT enable the extension, you are not forced to talk to only her because she only belongs to my discipline. I can definitely talk to agriculture marketing fellow also on networks. I can share knowledge with horticulture people also on network, although there is no, in my KVK, if there is no horticulture person or no home science lady or gentleman, that does no more limit me to extend the knowledge about this particular subject. So the knowledge sharing or the ICT enablement opens you up. Earlier a placement say Rambachodavaram, difficult areas, agency areas now so called. There KVK posting means you are almost cut off. Newspaper DC bhi nahi milega. But now even those places are connected. You get Photon Plus works there. And once Photon Plus works, you can see online streaming of TV. In fact, 2 weeks back, Balaji came in with Aptus. There is a small device created by Commonwealth of Learning, which provides, you take all of your material and it provides a local Wi-Fi. Sorry, I could have brought that device. Maybe tomorrow we are meeting. I'm coming for MOOC thing. Thanks for Dilip's invitation. It's a very small device. He sent me free. So I think it is my duty to do at least extension, if not proper usage. So I had committed to him that wherever I go, at least I'll talk about it. So this is small device you carry because, for example, our PG Diploma in Agri Extension Management program, wherein it's not to enroll the people to this diploma to force the agriculture extension education. Whatever latest is happening, we are trying to document it, and every 5 years we are updating it. All our sessions have been converted into video lessons, and that is available on the website. Now people say website streaming is not that easy. Getting text itself downloading is difficult, then downloading video is much more difficult. And that is where this small device comes to help. It's of the size little more than a mouse. Of course, not as thick. So it can very well fit in the whatever space your mobile takes, 1 inch more, and then you keep your device in your pocket, just put it on. Each one of the participant up to 100 meters can log into it using Wi-Fi connectivity. So technology is really coming to our aid to share our knowledge. And knowledge is definitely not in the deficit in this particular part of the globe. And India, we are the largest knowledge generators in agriculture area at least. With the kind of, I don't know when Kokate Sahab will establish that E-Extension Institute. Sir, किस stage पर है अभी वो? If I can take the update, that will be 100th institution. We had a committee requested by him that can we put up a National Institute of E-Extension. So even before it comes, I'm just sharing with this house. That will come under the aegis of great ICR. That will be 100th institute, 99 we already have. So technology providers, technology collators are working on it, and let me tell you, last 10 years, thanks to Dr. Jhunjhunwala, IIT Chennai, MSSRF is working very closely, and TNAU, Anand Raja and company, Dharampuri district, they are doing, thanks to of course your APC, it's a good combination, Saxena, Ponuswamy and Dr. Jhunjhunwala. Similarly, IIT Mumbai, There are people who are deliberately working on technologies which can support rural India, which work for agriculture, which provide connectivity, collation of information. And now, I don't know how many of you have logged into Farmers Portal. The kind of information being uploaded at one single, because you cannot ask farmer to remember 3,000 websites. But at one place, keep on having. In fact, I remember when ICRISAT was doing project with IIT Kanpur, Agropedia. It was a fantastic project, came up with a very good framework. The only limitation was, not limitation, we said, okay, we would like to join in the Agropedia, let's have managed at Agropedia. But then simply people start saying, why should I put my information where name comes Dilip Kumar? When it says ICRISAT and IIT Kanpur, I become small. Then we discussed with, again, Dr. Yaduraju used to be here, Kiran, Yaduraju, Dilip. I said, boss, we have to do something. People are important, or egos are more important. So let Agropedia come second, person's name come first. So we'll say manage Agropedia, DRR Agropedia, DOR Agropedia. At least now you share your information on the public platform. Professor Arunachalam from MSSRF, it's the biggest votary of open source. He used to fight it out everywhere that whatever has been generated by public funding, at least that agricultural knowledge should be available in public domain. So we have a duty to put in that information in the public shareable resources. If not in local languages, at least in English. So friends, I am here with a brief message that we have got a great enabler with us now, this technology, which really delimits us from thinking only within our own compartments, which was supposed to be limitation of agriculture extension, that we are doing only crop extension, we are not talking to marketing people, we are not giving availability of the seeds to the farmers. Now that whole thing is being put on, almost 90% job is already done. So till maybe a few decades back we are planning and implementing for the other countries, but now I think the time has come and we are doing it. Now definitely Indian agriculture is in doing mode. I am talking of the research part, which is the supplier of the information. The DKMA and ICR, they are documenting all the, rather consolidating all the resources which are there in various formats and forms, but making it more shareable. Similarly on the grassroots side, where KVK is of course is the biggest network of scientific manpower of agriculture at the grassroots level. Kokate sir will talk to you on that particular issue. But Atma is there to really work with farmers through Farmers Friend and other mechanisms, BTMs, assistant BTMs, whatever they are. But they have great opportunity to link, to provide the great link. Andhra was the first state having data centers. So we have a KVK, we have Atma, we have data centers. I don't think anywhere in the world we have this much scientific manpower sitting within the district. All of them are connected. All of them have access to total knowledge systems, development systems, ICR systems and university systems. This is the trilogy of the Indian agriculture knowledge systems. Only missing link is this kind of small, what we are discussing 10 minutes back. One technology and start sharing. So Drupal, Joomla, please do take those 2 hours. None of these things takes, if you give straight, 1 hour per day, 2 hours, 2 days finish. Because of course, assuming that you at least have, all of us have the MS Office basic knowledge. So I'll just request each one of you, those of you who are below 40, below 30 are the excellent material, but 30 to 40 is also very learning thing. Please don't give up. In fact, people like us, even after 55, I keep on telling my colleagues that I have to run, just keep pace with my colleagues. If I don't, I stop reading, it will be very difficult for me to even talk to you talk to the people. So at least you have the opportunity to leapfrog faster, and these technologies are so simple that publisher, earlier we used to spend a lot of time to bring out these small house magazines. We bring out Managed Bulletin, we bring out journals of extension, but now with thanks to publisher, things are coming so easy that we can use the technology to share it faster, and you can update it as fast as possible. So I think we need to go beyond websites, go beyond personal documentation. Sharing is the keyword nowadays. Not necessarily saying that you be on the Google Cloud only, but you can share inter-institute, intranets are very much our universities thing, but we need to make use of this particular tool to take advantage and then share it with all the client system. And now we underestimate that the farmers are not having access. Day for yesterday Hindu says 43% of the farming communities have access, may not themselves own the phone or smartphone, but one of the family members have access to net. By this year end, we will be, sheer numbers will be crossing US in the net connectivity. Mobile density of course already has come. In fact, 10 of our cities are more than 200%. 200 means for every living human being, there are two SIM cards, if not connections. But in rural area also it has crossed 40%. 40% is good enough threshold, because 40% means for all the people. So at least per family availability is very much ensured. You can definitely reach it out. I'll just take quickly up to 10 o'clock tak to main ja sakta na safely. Sir, I have your permission. Kokate sir? Sir. So I'll just go through 2 or 3 slides which I thought I'll be just sharing. This I'm sure sir, isko to share to kar denge na, inka CD mein dal denge, in pen drive or whatever it is. I just want to put in a few things where, what does it say? Yeah, TRI says 43% rural and 139%, 243 million. It was August 12 news, Hindu. But connectivity is happening by design. Thanks to MSSRF, Chennai or IT Bombay. Now even IT Roper has joined in. This is an APTUS kind of thing with Commonwealth of Learning.
Department of Information Technology also actually covered with optic fiber network connectivity.
Oh, thanks very much. I think
Jaipur is one, Tripura is one, and Parwada district.
I'll tell you more specific. You have given a very good lead. Parwada is one of the mandals under Visakhapatnam districts. I've been there because Aryan block of Ajmer district in Rajasthan, South Tripura district, that is Udaipur headquarters in Tripura, and Parwada mandal of Visakhapatnam district in Andhra Pradesh. Those 3 were the pilot blocks identified by Ministry of IT for National Optical Fiber Network. Let me tell you, this will be a game changer, because when Parwada thing happens, incidentally Dr. CSR Prabhu, who retired as a DG of NIC, we were there for 3 days stationed, and let me tell you, I visited 15 Gram Panchayats. Each primary school, primary health center, Gram Panchayat had 10 Mbps connectivity. I'm talking of Parwada. And I'm sure same thing must have happened in other 3 blocks as well. And this government has already taken decision which was already recommended by the earlier National Advisory Council, that in India all 600,000 villages will be connected within next 5 years, but within next 3 years half of them. So NOFN will be a big, means availability of connectivity, just no issue. Huge backbone is being created. And I'm sure 90% of your institutions would be a national knowledge network. NKN. That provides for education institutions free of charge, but connectivity is definitely happening at a very, very fast pace. And that is where it is the biggest boon for the people like us, whose mandate is to make the information reach out to the people who really deserve it the most. We were doing only A part. B part is to have the feedback to the system, please give me in this language, please give me for this, not for that. So we had this Kisan call center. I'll just take 2 minutes on that. We thought farmer needs this. But the fact is, when farmer asks questions, their priority is very, very different. They have a laxity problem, they have supply side of the, you advise this particular pesticide, but they want by brand name. And dosage in what form it is there and how do you apply. In fact, now we are testing it out, almost done, because it's successfully tested in Guntur district. Video, those farmers who have smartphones, they can make a call free. It will again be toll free, but then the farmer can get the advice from particular, we are starting with animal husbandry, video advice. So they can bring the animal or bring the photograph, send it by MMS or SMS, and we will give them video advice. And 4 PM to 6 PM, they can talk to scientists. We'll give the schedule, in fact, in newspapers, so that they can decide to talk to scientists. In fact, we got the cue from TNAU, not TNAU, Tanuvas. Professor Sarif started it 20 years back. In fact, when Anand Raja at KVK, Madurai, that time I had a taste of it. That the animal are being small ruminants, particularly goats, sheep are being brought, and then Madras Veterinary College, the advice is being given by PhD or master's students, MVSC students, and in Professor Sarif's room. Video connectivity was established. So now we are taking it on a larger mass scale. No more pilots, no more projects. It's rollout for the entire country. In first 10 years, 2004 to January 2014, we had around 5 crore calls on Kisan call center. I hope at least 50% people in this room know the Kisan call center. Is my guess right or wrong? Now those who say yes, can they tell the number? 1? Okay, can somebody challenge her? I'm giving a direct clue. Does somebody know the number? 1? Can somebody question him? Thank you. No, both of you are correct. Fine. And C may also be correct. Maybe they have this in Karnataka. And 1100 also we have in Andhra. But 1551 is the nationwide number. So on which we had 5 crore calls in first 10 years, and now we are getting every month more than a crore. Last month we had 1 crore 13,000 calls. So we are just crossing the 10 million mark per month. And in Maharashtra alone, more than 1 crore SMSs within the state. Rest of India total milake bhi itna nahi hota hai, but Maharashtra is, there are pilots which are really rolling out and getting into the mainstream. Thanks to the, of course somebody has to be a cause champion, somebody has to really start it. But once it gets into, India is such a large country, then once it starts moving, it's very difficult to put in brakes also. The only thing is you have to make it positive, because farmer if starts making calls, you have to give right answer. Otherwise he stops calling you. Once you improve the quality, then the things improve on an accelerated rate. Thanks for bringing the Parvada thing in, because that's very great initiative. I think these are only some data, and this all these recommendations were there, proposed. Let me tell you all, I don't know what will happen, planning commission, unplanning commission, whether it will be there or not. Each word what we wrote, Dr. Kokate sir will second it, Whatever our advisory body of the technical experts gave to planning commission, they signed it ditto without changing a zero. So whatever budget we asked, they approved. Whatever proposals now they say, can you implement it? And that the onus is on this community, scientific community. Yes, we need to implement it. So whether it's the community radio, whether it's the farmers portal, whether it's the integrating common service centers which will be put on the National Optical Fiber Network with Kisan Call Center, it's a big challenge because there are 1,25,000 internet KFAs working under different names. वो जन चेतना के नाम से चलते हो, राजस्थान में चेतना केंद्र के नाम से चलते हो, गुजरात different चिराग केंद्रास in Kadalore, but there are more than 1,25,000 village cafes under the name of the common service centers of MIT working. We need to bring in them to provide agriculture information services. How do we do it? It's a challenge for this house. It's Me Seva now. E is for the people who are highly connected, that is the urban part of it. Me is in the rural part of it. We are trying, Parvada, that is precisely our experimentation. That before they go only for Janmpatri and matrimonial and all other things for which they are established, we want to bring them in rural and agricultural mainstream. They should serve the farming community. Otherwise, they generate their own methods of sustenance. Because the gentleman there or the lady, they have to sustain themselves from the revenue generated. So we have to create innovative methods so that they generate revenue plus also serve the farmers. And new technologies like pico projectors, like handheld devices. Tamil Nadu is a great experimentation there again. Over 50% farmers, even socio-economic data is on, and much more farmer specific advices are being given. And farmers portal single stop shop. So Government of India has definitely, thanks to the people really at HEM, in the sense that Mr. Sanjeev Gupta there and Kokate sir here really gave a big fillip to ICTs in agriculture extension. So I think after this statement I have no right to speak anymore. Any quick questions please? But I'll just request particularly for the younger generation, please take full advantage of being here. Even if this course, this 2-day workshop can trigger you into, the 4-day workshop can trigger you into learning one more technology to share knowledge, that will be good enough, because you take one step, second step is very easy. When you start loving Joomla, Drupal doesn't take even half an hour to get into. So things move faster. The only thing is first step is little difficult. So please feel free, because the people here are so friendly, they'll be more than happy to help you and be in touch with you even after you get back home. So once an reset, always an alumni. Thanks very much. Any questions please? Sorry, I did not go sequentially on this, but I think the issue was hope or hype. Thanks to NKN kind of or NOFN kind of initiatives, this no more hype, it's very timely, required, and we are the fittest nation to really now lead the world. On agriculture, on IT we are supporting people, but here at least we can talk and lead from front. Any questions please? Please do. Yeah, Sujan, your mic. Yes,
I have to supplement for your information regarding the ICTs. The two-way communication is the most important to the farmer, because farmers do not rely on one-way communications at all, like what we bottle, different bottles and all. But Kisan call centers, and they are actually working in a very limited base, which has 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 6 hours, not more than that, and not in the Sundays and public days. But the farmer requires the information instantaneously for the problem. For that, actually, the data centers in
please complete, yeah.
Data centers really come up with very good solutions. Not only, but because our mode of objective is to integrate all the line departments, like speed road marketing and all, and we take part and we making that coordination in the district level along with the district administration. And for the success things were like what are the technologies in fact to be transferred, and we have an experience that so fast, means within a given period, say for example different technologies like MSRI or SRI, whatever it may be, and we have an experience that within 1 or 2 years we are very successfully carried to the farmer fields. Most of the farmers have been covered through the directly to the farmers and through the Department of Agriculture, through election workers and NGOs. So this is what is my point is, and of all the quarters, the two-way communication is the most important. Of them, this telephone is one thing, and of course, in any other innovations is required for this two-way communication that actually need to be done and carried to the forward to the farmers levels.
Thanks, Gurumurthy Garu, giving the information that face-to-face communication and talking to farmers, nothing can beat it. But secondly, let me just inform, Kisan call center works 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. including Sundays. Including Sundays. I'm repeating it again. I'll give a very specific example. Andhra Pradesh, KCC operates from attic building in Acharya Enjiranga, now Professor Jayashankar Telangana State Agriculture University campus. And there are at least 10 boys and girls, at least 10 at any point of time. I myself do, of course, because I'm charged to do it, random surprise visits at least once a month, which I do at least 3 times a month. Just to check whether they are there at 6 a.m. or not, or up to 10 p.m. किसी लड़की का ड्यूटी 8 बजे के बाद तो नहीं है. So those kind of smaller issues also. But they are working 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. they can go in IVR mode. And if question remains unanswered, IVR, because who will see it, I ensure within 24 hours question is listened to by someone and answer is given. Only IVR questions I listen carefully. Although, let me tell you, I have 3 qualifications. I don't know agriculture, I don't know Telugu, I am not from this state. But I am in charge of agriculture call center of Andhra Pradesh. Can you believe it? The most disqualified kind of person who doesn't understand. But then I think that is my qualification. So I just ensure that किस subject का जेठोफा की है, ask Sudhakar Reddy, ask Venkateshwar Reddy, even retired professors I don't leave. ये question है, Vijayanagram से आया, you were there JDA earlier, you were there at data center, please answer that. So it works 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and let me tell you, if the people are not really getting answers, they will not make 10 million calls. So, and recently we have given to Meera and Brekmat, recently they asked me rice questions. हमने कहा sir, don't ask rice, ask for paddy in few districts, because the paddy questions are more than 1 crore. So now people are doing data mining on that. What are the frequently asked questions? Then again deep water rice and dryland rice. Then again huge bank of questions and huge bank of answers. In fact, there was one small research project. Morning mein for same question, same person gave different answer. I need not tell the second part of this statement. From DRR itself. So हमने कहा ये mood के ऊपर depend नहीं होना चाहिए. This has to be, so now we are working on making it more standardized and technical, but still in the language where farmer really feels comfortable. Just because farmer is little more rough in language does not mean that you can get away giving a shortcut answer and then that ठीक है, कल पूछ लेना. So those kind of things we are taking issue. That's where HR issues also come in, but it works 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Do please test it out. If it does not work, and then we are all collectively responsible.
Testing, sir, it's really good initiative and the responses are wonderful. But what's my thing is, that was the first step. And in coming to the second step, we need to reach to the view. Like we get the calls from Kisan call center has given your number, that number, because you are the knowing the.
We give that number also.
Exactly.
We give that number also.
So
with Vice Chancellor and Poonam Malakondia, now of course we have.
no, sir, what is my submission?
She gave permission. Yeah.
My humble submission is in the next step to that call centers. We just break them to that the district level. So increasing their services to the district level, so that in the district level, I think the ecology and the cropping pattern and the information.
The ultimate designation of call center is data center or KVK. When will it happen? Maybe after 10 years of our retirement, because farmers are numbers are so large. But पहले बोलते हैं ना, मैं हिंदी में बोल के खत्म करता हूं. कहां तो तय था चराग हर एक घर के लिए, कहां चराग मयस्सर नहीं शहर के लिए. सो एटलीस्ट शहर में एक चराग जला, इसको जलने दीजिए, बाद में घर घर ले जाएंगे. ठीक है. Started at national level, it has come to all these state level, and then there are people in Maharashtra already done it 4. They want to have more places. Let's do it. Simple, nothing wrong. But first we have to prove that it works. And now we are making it video also, with the technology available, bandwidth being available, and free, toll-free facility to the farmers. But thank you for not asking very difficult question, and that was the quality of the answers.
One sharing that I have to say is with the NOFN at Parvada. So what we have tried out is that given the different places, there are a couple of video enabled call centers, CSCs. So we were able to, work with the NOFN staff and say, okay, gathered about 12 farmers to 17 farmers per center in 4 centers. And we had our KVK staff interact with them on a constant basis. This was an experiment in the 3 districts we've done.
I know.
And also we were able to tell them that, look, number of training programs we were able to do, the initiatives which we were doing in that mandal, especially the OFTs and FLDs. So we were able to prove that the farmers necessarily don't have to come. So we were able to do that and got actually couple of new initiatives like dryland seeding of paddy was started in Parvada, So these are the initiatives we were able to take with NOFN at.
That's good. That's ultimate. Once, see for example, even Madurai experiment, that was 15 to 20 years back, making the sick animal travel or walk for a kilometer itself is not a good thing. Of course, they are getting the best of the advice from Chennai. But now if the animal's photograph or video can be shown right from the house, and there itself the surgeon, veterinary surgeon or some veterinary expert can tell ki bhai zoom karke dikhao where is the problem, and then advice can be given. Nothing like that. That is the ultimate. But I think we need to reach every mandal will take now 10 years to become a Parvada. So good. But whatever these 3 mandals, 3 blocks in the country, we need to do this kind of experimentation so that the farmer or the animal doesn't have to travel even up to the district Gram Panchayat center or wherever is the connectivity available. Because they get bogged down by the technology there. Camera lagaya, 4 computer lagaya, then you forget about your problem. You ask a question, whatever they ask you to ask. So we need to give power to the person who is speaking rather than the person who is answering. And for that we have to talk from the field. In fact, that is the ultimate thing. From the field, the farmers should be able to ask, this is what it is looking like. Tell me here and now. But we are quite close to reach that. NOFN is happening in a big way. Thanks very much. Please. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for organizing very informative and knowledgeable session.